What is up, everybody? I hope you're having a swell weekend. All right, let's go check what is going on. Spin to win, login bonus, grab this. Grab this, grab that, let's go. What the heck did I need to do today? I have no idea. First things first, let's check out Yui. We do need to farm out cards. But the good news is I did a random run and I grabbed this card right here. Is pretty good. Crit rate, crit damage, attack damage. Only thing that's kind of bad is ailment accuracy. As long as this doesn't all go in ailment accuracy, we're looking good. What's up, Belle? How are we doing? You doing good today? All right, let's... Is this game going to treat me well? No. Okay. It's 1-1. Okay. Give me crit rate. Oh, let's go. Give me one more crit rate. Okay. We'll take it for now. We'll take that for now. We'll take that for now. And then nothing else really. Wouldn't that help with her shock application? Technically yes, but we don't use Yui for shock application, Sanji. What we use for shock application is actually one, we use closer. Attack on the main character is guaranteed. Inflict shock on the main target for 2 turns. So we use her. So we use closer for the most part to guarantee to make sure that we're inflicting shock. But also on my wonder. Okay, that's not the right ones. Let's hit the T. Let's go to the party. Let's go to party 4. We go over here. We click on this. That is that's accurate pronunciation, just so you know. And then we go here, and then there is a 60.8% chance to inflict shock. Fun fact of the day. So we actually use closer in this persona right here as a chance to inflict shock. And the whole reason we use this persona specifically is because of the fact that increases foe's crit damage taken by 14%. If foe is shocked, increases by 9% more. And if we actually had him leveled overclock 2, it actually does 29%, so 10% more. I'll eventually work on getting him up. But I don't have the resources to do that right now because I would rather level up my Yui instead. So I think that's more important. Also, I don't think I have my in-game volume turned on. Makes sense? That's all right. Get weird. Yeah. Okay, where's my game? Is this one? There we go. All right. So we are. Let's see. All right. So the goal for today, for right now, is 1. How bad is her? Okay. 1, I need to get some actual cards for her, just to increase her health. Yes, Pale God, I did summon for Yui and Marian. I'm a psychopath, okay? Don't do what I did. This will tell you right here, right now, why I'm a psychopath to begin with. And it's because of the fact that I rerolled for 13 hours to get Joker plus Rin. Just off rip. And then I basically saved everything besides like a little bit of pulls for the weapon. Did I also pull Joker's weapon? And then for Yui and Marian, I think combined costed me 260 pulls. It was about 26,000 gems worth. And then I'm also 5 pity off of getting well, I'm 5 pity off of Yui's weapon as well. So yeah, I went in hard. For reference, this is what I have left after summoning with 1 single ticket. That's all I have left. For Marian, how much HP does she need to perform ultimately? So, once you have a fully leveled up Marian, like, you know, she's 80 out of 80. Once she gets to level 80, you want 15,000 HP. But right now, ultimately, I want her to get to 10,000. Because at the start of battle, increases party's max HP by 10% of Minami's max HP. And when she is level 80 and she has max rank talents, it now goes up to 15,000. So long term, 15,000. At my level range, 10,000 is what I want. And I am... That's not... I don't know how... Okay. I'm only at 7,500, so I need to get about 250 more HP on her. But the nice thing about Marian is all she wants is HP and speed. That's all she wants. And it's purely because of health comes first. After Minami heals an ally, increases that ally's damage by 15%. And then if we can get 2 stacks of diagnosis, we can also additionally increase allies max HP. I was going to pull from Marian anyway, and I found out Akihiko from P3 is electric too. Yeah, but the thing is with the... So, like I said, for one, Yui isn't a good pickup anyway, but they actually did buff her. Because they... So, on China and TW right now, her highlight does follow-up attacks after allies deal damage with skills for 2 turns. On TW in China, it's only for 1 turn. So this is actually a buff version, so it actually just helps her consistency when she's doing like Guild Boss and whatnot, stuff like that. While Akihiko, P3 collab we won't be seeing Akihiko for another year. But realistically, type advantage is nice and all, but we can get by with Closer right now. And for single target damage, we're looking to get Makoto in a month. And she's a much better and more consistent damage dealer. Pickle Sensei. I've never seen a Persona game. Where do I start? I'm kind of interested. So, the nice thing about the Persona 5 Phantom X series, it's a free-to-play game. But for just general Persona games, I would honestly... either Persona 3 Reload, Persona 4 Golden, or I would say Persona 5 Royal. Any of those 3 games, I would say, is a good starting point. I think the easiest one, I haven't really played much Golden, and I just started Reload, but I really enjoyed Persona 5 Royal. I was level 58. I used a bunch of my Metagils to boost up to beat second palace because I thought the third palace was out and rerolled my account to try to get Marian. Wait, what? No. Third palace? Alright. So let me pull up my... right here. Alright. So 1.1 came out here, right? And then we get 1.2 here, which is Yusuke. And then we'll get 1 week. On the 7th of August will be 1.3, which is Makoto. And then the 21st right here, we should be seeing for sure Phoebe. And I imagine they're going to do one more character. They're going to move up Cord, or they're going to move up Summer Closer, or Summer Tomoko, I imagine. But I highly doubt they're going to run Phoebe by herself. And then here, so 1 week, 2 more weeks. So September 4th is when we should get third palace. Yeah, third palace in September, I think. That's what I'm saying. Because they have to 2.0 won't be until after 1.4. I didn't finish a single Persona game yet, though, so I bought the newer versions. And something wrong with that. I'm a big fan of the Persona games, mostly because of Persona 5 during COVID. I will say, because they are a JRPG, they are a huge time commitment. I think Persona 5, my first run took me over 80 hours. And then I immediately started playing Persona 5 Royal after I beat Persona 5. Okay, so we need to get Marian up. How's my Yui's cards? So I need to get Yui's cards. And then closes weapons at 30. What's Shun's weapon at? Shun's weapon at 60. Okay. I can get... So the thing is, I can do a bunch of heart rail to get the weapon material, so not a bad idea. I have like 70 plus hours in MP. Nice. Persona 4 Golden. I have it. I have just yet to actually really start it. I think I have like 2 hours in it. I got through 2 hours of the game. And then I think something else came out. Okay, 1 and 7 more to pop. Perfect. And I got a week. Alright, awesome. Alright. So the goal for today is one, Yui's going to go up. Shu's going to go up. Closer's going to get up, and Marian's going to get up. So I want to have a fully built Yui team, and then Marian just because I need her to make my life easy. I have 130 on P3R. Dang, Sanji, what the heck? Let's see, but I stopped because I was spoiled on who the villain was. Yeah, do not say who the villain is, because eventually I'll be playing Persona 4 Golden, or maybe not Golden, but some sort of P4, because I think they're making a remake of it eventually. All right, so we are, first things first, we are going to go down here, revolution cards. So this one's actually really nice for me to do. So the downside of doing revolution cards right now is I only get either one of these, one control, or I get one renewal. But then I do get the purples, and I don't really care about the golds right now. I just need a working set for my I just need a working set for my closer and for my Yui. I don't really care much about the substats though. So we're going to roll yeah, I think this team should do well. This should do fine. That's all that's the game plan for today right now. Am I done with this event? Oh my god. Any tips on what cards for Rin to use? Because there's no speed center. Yeah, I will show it to you in a second. Once I'm out of this. So all she really is looking for is speed subsets for the most part. Ooh, I'm almost on the event. Nice. I won't calculate. Sorry. I'm looking at my I had to burn a bunch of stamina in what's that game called? Reverse 1999. So for the most part, so at this, so I'll go over some of the cards. So I'm fine with specific sets because if I really wanted to, I could burn copies and not care about anything. It's all good to me. It doesn't make any difference to me. When she needs ailment accuracy, I know she scales heavily off of speed. I know that for sure. She wants like 150 speed or something like that, like an insane amount of speed. Like max when she gets to max level. Like, but yeah, I know she just wants speed, a lot of speed. All right, what do we get? All right, garbage. I can probably use this. Okay, I'm just going to take this anyway because it is a crit. This one, actually, I think that's usable for me. Yeah, I think I can use it for Shun. HP percent, garbage. HP percent might be fine. HP percent, ailment accuracy, don't care. HP, okay, I can use this. Garbage, I can definitely use this. This is actually really good for me. Like, it's not amazing, but it'll make my set usable at least. Okay. Let's see. Departure as the main card with prosperity or departure with control. Probably. I need to reread. I haven't worried about Ren's card set. I'm pretty sure it's prosperity. Yeah, she wants prosperity. Yeah, basically prosperity. But so the nice part of where we are in the game, we can use power. everybody can use power for the most part because of just the general effect of it gives attack. So like basically everybody. But so right here, set effect, decreased damage taken by 8%. That doesn't matter, but it's the fact that prosperity gives highlight gauge increase by 25%. So that's a really good card set. And when you include departure after attacking a foe, increases parry damage by 8%. So it kind of gives everything that's really good for her. But if I read her, where's her? Is this one? So increases attack by 1% for every 2 points of viability speed, up to 90%. So big right there. Where was I looking for the scaling? Where was I looking for? Yeah, she actually doesn't need much element accuracy. Sorry. But yeah, no, you're basically looking for speed, attack, and all that. It's just get her stuff up. Actually, exit out. Where was I looking for? Yeah, all she wants is speed. Because this right here decreases foe's defense by 3% for every 10 points of Yaoing speed for 2 turns, up to 41%. So quite literally, what is that? This is at level 6, of course. It stacks up higher. Like when I, like right here, defense 43%, etc., etc. I think at max, I think it's like nearly 60%. Oh, what's the use of SP recovery? I noticed that when I use, sorry, I missed a few. Who's the next must pull? Marian feels like a skip and wait for general pull. So Lank, I would say that, yeah, Marian you can absolutely skip. It's not a problem. I would actually say when I use the term must pull, I mean a highly suggested pull. One is Phoebe, who's another standard character, but she is a what's it called? A navigator, and we don't get a 5-star navigator until Futaba. But also we use 2 navigators always anyway, so using Futaba with Phoebe is a good choice. But then probably we would say Cord, because Cord is the general buffer for every team. People say Makoto Nijima, but she already fell off in the Chinese version. So, but the things with Makoto Nijima, she is good all the way until basically 3.0. So 4 months she'll be the number 1, but really closer to 5 months. So Makoto Nijima from release, she'll be good for about 4 to 5 months as the strongest single target DPS. Assuming they don't release a buffed version of 5-star Mont, then it's Kasumi. Kasumi will come out within a month of Mont, and she just power creeps every single target until Makoto Yuki. Okay, sorry, use of SP recovery. So what SP recovery does is so SP recovery, what it does, it increases the amount of SP you recover at the end of your turn, or at the start of your turn. You know what I'm saying? So let's say that's general, just random numbers. I don't know actually how it works, how much it increases by, because it's probably on a curve. But let's say that you start with 100 SP. You use 20 SP in a turn, and then let's say that you have 10% SP recovery. Well, instead of getting, let's say, 10 back at the start of your next turn, you'll get 11 or 12 back. So it just helps with keep making sure you don't run out of SP. So it's good for longer fights. So like when you're in, let's say, Tartarus, for example. Tartarus, you'll get into like you're in there for like 40, 50, 60 turns, or even 80 turns in the higher levels. I might get Makoto if I end up liking her P5R. I'm still at Monarame's Palace. Oh heck yeah, dude! I love using Makoto in P5R. I need to replay P5R when I'm done P3. I'll say for summer, Motoha Arai for sure. Oh, 100%. The whole reason I pulled really Marian right now is because the best in slot for summer closer is summer closer with Cord and Marian, because summer closer wants overhealing, and Marian is the best overhealing, as well as the fact that she some people say that, oh, this doesn't matter, the 15% with the bless, blah blah blah, whatever, but that's just free damage. And then once you get to A1, it gives you 20% armor pierce, so you're just doing free damage for just being healed above max. I don't really care about A3. I'm pretty sure A3 is the A2, but I truly don't care. Yeah, cool. It just increases the healing, but for some Motoha, all I care about is the healing to begin with. Forgot about core for a moment. Yeah. Cord, like again, quote unquote, must pull is cord. Must pulls. All right. Back to my Yui real quick. We are going down here. Did I get anything? Okay, we're just gonna clip this and we're gonna take this to like, let's say 15 for shits and gigs. Pretty bad, but I don't care. Did I? Ooh, okay, I don't care what this does. It's just a good crit rate. It's all the same. I'll replace it eventually. But honestly, could be worse. Did I get something for here though? I might just run this for now because I don't feel like running more of that domain. Just take it up to... Okay, we'll just do that. Good enough for me. I don't care. And then she wants growth because it gives increased critical damage or resonance. Okay, that works for me. All right, we're gonna snag this one off of her. All right, Yui is good enough for me right now. I can move on. All right, sorry, back to what we're doing. For Rebel Core from today, we just got news that we'll get Summer, Marian, and Puppets. Yusuke is already obsolete and global. That's not exactly true. Well, yes, he is obsolete. We don't really use Yusuke for much besides for the odd like guild boss or SOS. But they are looking to buff them, so let's hope they do that and let's hope they do a good job. But what Yusuke really needs isn't really much of a buff. The buff is going to help for sure, but he needs like some sort of designated, like we need some sort of designated defense support is what we need. I feel like they might not ever add Marian to the standard. They might make it where we have to wait for Marian's banner to come back. No, they are going to put her into the standard. They have committed, they never once said they're not going to put her into the standard. All they said is they're going to wait for a little bit because of, again, I'm saying it's bullshit excuses, but what they're saying is since some people had the foresight to save their gold tickets for when Marian comes out, they're going to wait so people have a chance to save up more. But I could see them either doing 1.3 or 2.0. 1.3 because that's when Marian was originally put into the standard banner, or in 2.0 because maybe they'll be kind to us, even though I know it's going to suck waiting an extra month for 1.3 and 1.4 to go through. But if they wait and do 2.0, then they can put in Phoebe and Marian into the standard pool together, and I think that would be really kind of them. That would actually, it would build up some resentment at first, but if they put two really good standard characters at the same time, then saving your gold tickets, I would say, is actually worth it, because now you're, instead of pulling for a 1 out of 6, you're pulling for a 2 out of 7, and if you hit either of them, you're looking good. Summer Marian is apparently going to be a bless buffer and puppet ice. Yes, that is what I read from the jocks today. And then I was talking to Bladesifer as well, and since he's tight with Najox, so he agrees. That'd be extremely scummy, changing her to be a limited forever. No, like I said, they're not going to do that. Is there a website or info resources for what cards to run, etc.? Quite frankly, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Right now, there is one card set you can use for everybody right now, and it is the power set, because it increases attack by 12%, and from the start of battle, it increases your attack by additional 10% for every 6 turns, stacking up to 3 times. So you can quite literally run power on basically everybody right now, except for, I'll give you an example. I can't remember, what is Keys? I threw him random pieces. What does he scale off of? Yeah. So like Kuratani, you wouldn't want to run power because he doesn't scale off attack. He scales off of HP. Where is he? Shun is another HP stacking. And then someone like Yuki, you wouldn't want to either because she is defense scaling. Same with, where is she? Puppet is a defense scaling navigator. So yeah, but right now, or else the easiest thing you can do, you click Revelation cards, you go to recommended sets, and this set is good enough. It's good enough. You could also, in the future, I'll link something in the chat real quick for you guys. If you give me un momento, por favor. Where am I looking at? Where the fuck is he? Where's your phone? There he is. All right. So this site right here. Where am I? Where is my chat? Right there. So that website will bring you up to this website right here, and then I can go to characters. This is for all the updated. So this will go through for a global as things get released. So I can, let's say I want to build Yui or Bui, as it says in Japanese. We can go all the way down. So this site will run you through everything that they have, except for, I guess, recommended stats. But it'll be built up as the go up. But it gives you all the information. It gives you the plus 10, the plus 13, blah, blah, blah. It goes through all of the rarenesses and the weapons. But I guess they don't have it updated as of right now. Oh, right here. So their recommended setup is for space. They want renewal. And then, yeah, so they want growth and renewal. Which is exactly what, if we go back to here. But then there's some characters who use a different set. So as we can see here, even this one recommends renewal and growth. And then potentially in the future, for example, we will be getting what is it? 5-star Mont actually really enjoys the power set over any other set. Question: why is Ryuji the least proper standard 5-star character? He's actually not. I would say the least proper 5-star standard right now is actually Haruna. Ryuji, you could at least use for guild boss or for a lot of single target guild boss or any sort of single target at least. I just got Marian at 6 pull on my reroll account. Do you think I should save or go for Yui? Personally, I would save. I would save at this point. You have a really good healer. If you can, let's say, use your gold, if you can use your standard tickets to get like a, yeah, no, you're fine, because you can just use on Key and Marian, or you can use Luful and then run, let's see, as a sub team, Shiratori, Marian, and Leon or Shun. These two are interchangeable. Should I work on a duplicate of Joker or get a new character? I would suggest do a new character, but if you really enjoy Joker, then maybe go for a dupe. It's the world is your oyster. There's no right answer. There's no wrong answer. But this game, especially if you're free to play, you have to be prepared to skip a patch or two occasionally, because sometimes you just get unlucky. A lot of people said Morgana is a better choice than him. I got Ryuji instead of Mona. Sorry, which one? Probably safe for Summer Marian, but you could try to get... Wait, Summer Marian isn't coming up for 14 months. Like, over a year from now. Over a year from now. Unless you're talking on... unless you're talking about Taiwan and China, then yeah, but she doesn't come out to the end of the month. A lot of people say Morgana is a better choice than him. Honestly, no. No. So... all Morgana provides is healing. All he does is provide healing, and quite frankly, he overheals for the most part. Luful, on the other side, will basically heal your team just as, like, will heal your team to full or near full. But the reason why we use him is because of Starfire. Allies healed using skills gain Starfire, increasing attack for 1 turn. And then where is it? And then again, we use his highlight. Increase party's attack by 30% for 1 turn. This is also not fully leveled. This is why we lose Luful. And then if you get him A6, and now, so after Starfire ends, it'll go into Starfire 2. After Starfire 2 ends, it'll go into Starfire 3, where at A6. Gain Starfire 3 for 1 turn. Starfire 3 increases attack by 8% of Luful's attack and increases fire damage by 20%. So Luful is way better especially in the fire team, but even just as a general support for if you need healing. Summer Motel, I mean, oh, so yeah, Summer Motel. I would 100% if you have Marian, save for Cord and grab Summer Closer, and you can get Rejuju as well from Lupus. No. You always, why is plan 1 and 2 gone? Okay, plan 1 and 2 is gone. Okay, imagine this is Lufo business plan 1. You still go for on. You still go for on dupe. You grab on from your 50. If you're mid maxing, especially if you're rerolling, you're looking for a good start. You grab on. You grab her dupe from Lufo business plan, because it doesn't matter. You only use Ryuji if you grab him either from a 50-50 loss or if you get him from the standard. Because guess what? Shiratori will do a fine enough job, especially with the current guild boss. Because the only thing that matters about guild boss right now is all that. This ranking doesn't matter. All that matters is right now you hit 1 million score so that you get a orange revelation card. I wish I'd get Marian like multi too, but I'm not going to risk it. Hey, there's no need to pull. I am a huge. You don't have to be like me. I just like Yui because I like follow up. That's the only reason. That's the whole reason I like Yui, is because of follow up. Whole reason I like her is follow up. Damn, I only build my Morgana as my healer. I guess Lufo is my next. Yeah, look, there is nothing wrong with using Morgana. There's absolutely nothing wrong with her. It's just there's better things you can use. I would much rather use Lufo, but I'm not saying Morgana is bad per se. It's just that in the current state of things, Lufo is a better choice. At the end of the day, if you're looking for raw healing, it's Marian. Marian is your raw healer, and that goes all the way. Even she's a better healer than Yukari is. The only reason Yukari is ranked higher than her right now is because Yukari offers a better damage bonus for the Persona 3 Reload characters. Yeah, Ryuji's not bad, but the reason why On is better is because you can use On for literally every single palace for the most part, unless of the enemy is like basically you're immune or heavily resist fire, and she's also good for bossing. Like, she is just a massive all-around good character, especially if you have her A2. Her A2 is really nice, because what they did for global, they switched the A2s and A3s. So now A3 and 5 are your skill level ups, so they don't matter as much. But then also look at her A6. When attacking foes with fire skills, 60% chance to gain 1 passion stack, which passion is really good. Where's her passion? Where's her Wait, what? Okay, let's talk about passion. Okay. But when On has Levia and Rose, increase fire damage by 11% per passion stack, up to 110%. So if you have 10 passion stacks on her, she is doing 110% extra fire damage. That's why On dupes are so massive. Like, A6 On is going to be as good as or slightly worse than A2 Chinese New Year Ren. Yeah. Hey, I'm not, like I said, I'm just giving advice of, like, if you're looking for power, there is no need to take what I'm saying super seriously. But if you're looking from a meta or a strong start standpoint, then yeah, use Ryuji. I don't care. I would 100%, if I have Ryuji, I would build him and use him. There's no problem. But like, now I don't need to use him right now because I have Yui. Yui's gonna be good enough for me. Oh, that reminds me, it is that time of the stream real quick. So, as we can see down here, I'm 5 pulls off from hitting pity. And if I get any one of these 3 weapons, it is a huge dub for me. Huge dub for me. So we're going to do a quick little 5 pulls to guarantee my 5-star weapon. That's not the thing I want to click on. I can actually exit out of that. We can go back here. Do you think there's a possibility that Global just skips summer stuff till next year because the thought of it have just been looming over me, despite the fact that they use the summer event scenes early? No, they are not going to skip summer units. For one, if they skip summer Tomoko, If they skip Summer Tomoko, that basically means Mesa is a skip and Haru is a skip. There's no reason to pull those two characters without Summer Tomoko, unless you want to get A3 Mesa, and then, or unless if they give us Buffed Haru that they released in, I think, March, which is like 5 months after her release. So there's no way they're going to skip the summer units. Also, SEGA wants money, and if they skip them, nobody's going to pull them anyway. So yeah, they're not skipping. They might move them around, but they're not going to skip. No way in hell are they skipping them. I'm telling you right now. Dang. They're actually going to make me go max pity. What the heck? This is horrible. I think this is going to be my 5th max pity. I use my guarantee to get Marian. Should I start saving up for next round? Yeah, Hero. I would 100% suggest saving. Unless if you really want, like, first, I would suggest, if you have Marian, I would suggest saving for Cord and go for Summer Closer. That will be a really, really good team. And it's going to be a really good AoE team for quite a while. But if you like Yusuke, think that Yusuke. Yeah, we're max pity. Oh my god, what the is this game? I've max pitied everything. This is literally my 5th 70 out of 70 or 80 out of 80. Such bad luck. I just hate it when games treat regions differently. They have to. Ooh, this is actually, I'm actually kind of happy. Alright, don't get me wrong. I 100% would have liked her, I 100% would have liked having her weapon because of the crit rate right here and the follow-up attack damage bonus on both. But it's not necessary for me. It's not super necessary. Shoes will be good enough. He's also a little bit more of a flexible pick. But god dang it, they just screwed me again. This is my 3rd 50-50 loss. But on the bright side, my soy is looking better. Ooh, look at that. Also, his weapon looks kind of badass. Look at this. Look at that. Is that upgrade badass? I've had the max pity everything but Marian and the random Ryuji I got in the bigger banner. So I've had, this is my 2nd max pity. So this is my 2nd going all the way on the weapon banner. I had to do it for Joker's weapon. I've now had to do it for Yui's weapon. I lost my 50-50 on Marian. I lost my 50-50 on Yui. And then after losing the 50-50, I had to go 80 out of 80 and 80 out of 80. And then also for my why am I at 52? Did I not max? I could have swore I did. Did you? I could have swore I did. Okay, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, yeah, 80, right? Yeah, 80. Why am I could have swore I 80 out of 80. Why am I up to? Did I really do 2 random pulls? I don't know. I guess I did it. I guess I went 78. That's weird. I just hit it. I tried to get Bowie, but I stopped at 60 out of 80. Hey, I'm gonna be honest. Not the worst idea. Not a terrible idea. She is good right now, but she's going to lose a lot of power in the coming month. If you're looking for a good damage dealer, I would suggest skipping this banner, skipping Yusuke's banner, and going for Makoto. Makoto will be a really good single target damage dealer until we get 5-star Mont, who will edge her out. But even then, you wouldn't want to roll, assuming they don't buff her like they buffed Yui. You wouldn't roll on 5-star Mont. You would instead roll for Kasumi or Violet from Persona 5 Royal. I know that is the whole reason why I went over 150 pulls for Yui, is because for one, her animations are amazing. I love her look. And then follow up. And I'm always someone who's, I am pull for the character over meta myself. Except for if you look at my my TW count. It's a little gross there. All right. Now let's look at my Shun and see if I have any good cards for him. Defense, HP, crit, attack, blah, blah, blah. Honestly, even though there's no HP actually, maybe this can... Let's see. If this rolls into... If this... Nah. I'll take this one instead. Any HP? Ooh, okay, let's go. Is it fine to skip Makoto and wait for Cord instead? Absolutely, Gunk. It's actually... I actually advise people to skip Makoto and go for Cord. You're going to use Cord a lot longer than you're going to use the Makoto. I'm telling you right now. Ooh. Okay. Question: Does this game do buffs on the regular or just occasionally? From what we're seeing right now, when was the first round of buffs I could think of? Within the first year, we will definitely see a round of buffs. I'm telling you right now, guaranteed. Honestly, I think I'm just going to use this piece. It has speed on it. All right, how much HP percent do I lose in comparison? I do need to, you know, I can throw this piece on my my key. It's looking like they're buffing everyone roosting in global, going by the China buffs they announced. No, I wouldn't exactly say they're going to buff everybody in global. For example, Joker didn't receive a buff. Well, technically all of the early units got a buff because they switched around awarenesses. So this awareness right here used to be awareness 3. So because they switched it around, awareness 2 is a lot better now than awareness 3. So technically that's a buff in that way. But that's just how it is on China anyway right now, China TW. But I think they're looking to buff some of the. So I would be surprised if Yusuke. No. Yusuke is getting a buff on China. Oh yeah. But they're buffing them on China. We don't know if they're going to buff them on global. So global is eventually going to get the buff, but doesn't mean we're going to get the buff. Not this Thursday, but the following Thursday. We'll need to wait and see. We have to wait for Yusuke release. Do they get backlash on something around awarenesses? No. Nope. Do they don't get backlash? Nope. I don't remember anybody complaining about awarenesses. I could be wrong, but I don't think they did. You know, I'll go for this one. We'll grab this one real quick. All right, element accuracy we'll take. Screw it. He can use element accuracy. And we'll get it because we have the UE first, then them. Yeah, but I know Blizzard said that like don't farm cards to level 70, but it's fine at level 50 you just get cards to fill it. Yeah. There is when people say don't farm cards at until 70, what they mean by that is hitting the wrong thing. This one. So what they mean, so if I look here, I can get either one piece. So looking at the, I think this is the curse set. I can either get one piece card or I can get one curse set card. And I can only get one. So I can only get one gold one per run. While at level, I know by 80, you get 2 to 3 gold cards. And I think at starting level 70, that's when you can get 1 to 2. But when they say don't farm, what they mean is don't burn a bunch of coffees on it. That's what they mean. I see no problem with, you know, for example, so for example, my Yui is going to be if you want to actually farm a set, like I said, power. This set is a universal set that any person that scales off of attack can use. Sorry, not renewal, power. This one right here. Anybody can use this set that scales off of attack. So if you want to put a little bit of stamina from your daily use, throw it into power. If you're not a whale or who has infinite coffees, like for me, I don't care. I am willing to dump a bunch of. I'm willing to dump a little bit of coffee, like 2 to 3 right now, to make sure that I can get a working set of love. Because I need a better. I need an HP percent card for her. Hi Zeb, what's the optimal level for evaluation farming? We were just talking about it. It's actually level 70. Sorry. Starting level 70 is when you start seeing better rates on getting your gold cards. I can't show them right now. I could show them when I'm on my TW account later. But level 70, level 50, it's not bad to go in and, you know, like let's say that you're level 50 right now. It's not bad to go in, assuming you have your character's level. All right, so let's say that you just hit level 50. You have a fire team. My first priority is making sure that I can get all my characters and their weapons to level 60. And then I would want to make sure to try at least get all of their skills to level 6 minimum. That's what I would say. And then once you have that, I would then suggest working on a second team. So for me, before Yui came out, I was working on my Ren, my Joker, my Ren, as well as my Leon. I was working on them as my second team. And then I would really start thinking about maybe farming. Let's see. Then I would start thinking about revelation cards. But once you hit that 55, 56, you really want to be focusing on getting your level up mats again. I'm still account level 49. As long as my cards can get me through the story and weekly bosses, I'm good with purple and blue cards. Yeah, at level 40, I would absolutely do not. At level 40, absolutely do not touch your revelation card because you can't even get a gold. At least the level 50 one, you're guaranteed a gold one every single run. So until your account level 50, hold. And then once you're level 60, again, it's kind of the same thing. We go back. Okay, make sure that my team 1 and my team 2 are 70. So make sure their training's up to 70. Make sure their weapons up to 70. You probably want to start looking at getting their skills maybe up to level, depending on if you like using them, getting them up to level 8. So like for me, I would want to make sure I get Joker's skill 3 and his highlight to skill level 8. All right, thanks. Glad to finally find a channel who actually knows stuff about the game. I'm not a know-it-all about this game. I just played enough of these type of gacha games where this is kind of the strategy of how you do it. Like for example, if you're like me and you have a bunch of coffees, I have no problem with doing this for myself. So I have no problem with me going into this domain and doing this right here. For me going and using 3 copies worth is not a bad idea because I have 32 of them. I'm going to get another 30 of them because I'm a small spender. So I get copies like nothing. I'm going to be picking up another probably 40 copies by the time I hit level 60. Because I'll be buying out all of the level up packs. As well as picking up because I don't mind spending a little bit of money right now in this game. I'm getting a lot of entertainment. As we can see, I have, right now I have 123 hours in global as of right now. So I don't mind spending. Hey bro, do you use a healing persona or Wonder doesn't heal well? No, I'll get into what I'm looking for once I finish this. Hey bro, do you use the healing persona, or Wonder doesn't heal well? So Wonder is just not a good healer in general. You would, if you need healing, you'd much rather just use a dedicated healer. Wonder is a amazing debuffer and an amazing buffer. So I'll show you. I'll show off Wonder in a second and kind of show you like why I would much rather use him as a buffer and a debuffer instead of as a healer. All right, I am okay. So again, like I said, I'm willing to use 3 of these and 1 of these. I don't mind because I just want a workable Marian set right now, and then everything else is going. Like, look at this. I got super lucky. HP, okay, this will be fine for my Marian. That shit. This. So for me, I'm looking for hopefully find something with the right main stat. Okay, never mind. I got shit on. But yeah, but I want to focus too heavy on it because as long as you survive. So like Marian, I just want HP. That's all I'm looking for. But I would only do what I'm doing. For one, don't burn coffee. I would not advise it. Sorry. Look at Wonder real quick. Okay. So if I look at like Yannick's for a second, so I'm looking at his abilities. So for one, increased attack percent doesn't matter. At the start of battle, inflict mark on one foe. When an ally attacks marked foe, increase attack by 20%. This doesn't really matter. But if we look at Tatra Shot, it actually tells us what marked does. Marked, it decreases defense by 24.3%. So that is a nice. So for just a general use, that's really nice. I can also throw on Rakunda. Decrease one foe's defense by 34.9%. How it's supposed to be is I can use Rakunda on a foe, and it should also apply marked. So that means I'm getting 24.3 here and 34.9 here. So what is that? 50, like basically 60% defense decrease. Big. And then when I look at a Terrakaja, increase one ally's attack by 14%. For every 500 of the user's attack, increases the target's attack by 1.2% more, up to 9.4%. So if I have 5 times 9, if I have 4,500 attack on my Wonder, I'm giving one ally 23 something percent additional attack. This is also scaling up. As compared to when I look at a healing, like let's look at Prosperity. I look at Power of Faith. Heal one ally for 32.4% attack, plus 630. Increase defense by doesn't really matter the defense. But if I were to look at someone like Luful, and look at Healing Satellite, restore party's HP by 37.9%, or let's look at Hour Green. Restore one ally's HP by 60.8% of Luful's attack, plus 1293. So I would, and then also, Luful also, when he heals somebody, he grants Starfire, which increases their attack. Much better. But no, back to the card question. What I am looking for is, optimally, I was hoping to find a HP percent on my, I was hoping to find an HP percent on here, on any of these, but I got shafted. I was hoping to find, or actually, I think I was looking for healing percent. So realistically, I would want to be using HP recovery. It would be a lot better, but I don't have a good HP. I would much rather use an HP percent to give my team max HP. As of right now. In the future, it will change. Do I get any HP? There we go. But I already have one here. And then I have HP percent. But really, all I was doing was trying to find a HP percent here. I didn't get one. Not a big deal. I just did that to show whatever. Because my coffee's usage to me doesn't matter that much. If I use them, if I don't. It's all the same. But for you guys, where coffee is a limited resource, where you're basically only getting it from, for example, when you're mostly getting your coffees from the weekly here, because every week you get 2 coffees for free, as well as 2 of your standard contracts. So we'll get this on, is that Monday? Yeah, Monday morning. That's how that works, if that makes sense. And that's why I don't mind using it, because I'm going to have a lot more coffees. Like, for example, for me, I'm going to spend like 15 bucks and grab all these training sets I'm missing. Where's my... So, like this right here. This training set gives me 5 coffee for only 400 of the premium currency, as well as 3 platinum tickets, so it's worth it to me. This level 45 set gives me 10 coffees. This level 50 set gives me another 10 coffees. 55 gives me 16 coffees. Level 60 will give me 16 coffees. That's why I'm okay with using coffees, because I want to have a lot of them. For China/TW, does Yumi let you make coffee or just AP drinks? That's a good question. I have to check my TW account. I know I remember AP drinks. Wait, actually, I can check. I'm fairly certain it's only AP drinks. I'm fairly certain. I'm fairly certain it's only... But I'll check my TW account a little bit later today, and I'll let you know, okay? Okay, so... Marian got shafted, which is not a big deal, but I did grab some good cards for my Shun. My closer just needs a general set of where I just don't care. As long as it has something. Okay, this will be good enough. Alright, speed, whatever. Not that big of a deal to me. Perfect, attack percent. I would rather have a damage bonus percent. Double defense, that sucks, but whatever. We're just gonna switch and we'll level this up to 10 real quick. Alright, crit. We'll take crit. And then space. Okay, perfect. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll take this one. And we'll take this up to 15 real quick. Alright. My closer is good enough, right? Oh. I would honestly rather put a HP for Survivor. Alright. We'll take that. Closer is looking good enough for me right now. I'll worry about her later. I need to enhance her weapon eventually, but I have none of those. So that'll wait, but she is good enough. Looking good there. Her skill wise are fine for right now. Where's my Shun at? Shun, fine for right now. Yui is... Can I get this up? Oh, I can't. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get that up to 7. Perfect. All right. And then Luful just needs a card for really anything. All right, we're just gonna throw in an HP, even though he wants attack. All right, there we go. Then we got Luful back, so I can have the increased healing percent there. She's fine. I do need to get her weapon up too, and then eventually, I think I'm gonna start focusing on my puppet going forward. Perfect. We're looking good right now, and I haven't had any water in an hour. All right. All right. Let's go finish off my dailies real quick. Perfect. Just wondering, do card subsets play as big as a role for damage like artifact subsets? Yes, they will. In the future, they absolutely will. So primarily how the power works is first your level, like your character level and weapon level matter a lot, and then getting your persona skill level up a lot matters, and then it'll go for the intermediary term right now. It'll be, for example, just getting a card set that works well. Like this power set right now doesn't really, like, this one doesn't do anything to help on specifically. It's more of a team wide. But then all I'm looking for is maybe a you know, attack percent is good enough, a crit rate is good, and then getting attack percent is good. I can worry about my substats once I hit level 70 to level 80. And I have all my characters level 80, their weapons 80, the skills up to a good enough place where I feel comfortable with them. Like getting them up to level 8, because starting level 9 and 10, you need to start using where is it? You have to start using everlasting incense. And this is basically your so again, Genshin, what is it, level 8, 9, and 10, didn't you need, or was it 9, 10, where you needed the not just the level material and the weekly boss, but you also needed like that one thing? But so basically once I hit level 70, then I can start focusing on finding cards with, for example, with crit rate, attack percent, crit damage, attack damage, like that kind of stuff. Then I can start focusing on getting those cards. Finding, instead of having attack percent here, I would probably want a damage percent, or a attack multi plus, whatever that means. Okay. And then let's go do... Ooh, I need to get Shun. Do you ever get outscaled by enemies in story? Yes. You can. You absolutely can get outscaled by enemies in the story. But basically, if you start... Like, if you're playing right now, you... Like, for example, you'll get outscaled on the first palace, the last floor. If you're below level 30, you're technically outscaled by them, but you can still defeat them. If you're below level 50 for the second palace, again, top floor, you're gonna be outscaled, as well as by the final boss, you're gonna be outscaled by him, technically. I'm not saying it's impossible to do it, but it makes it so much harder. And if you don't have a proper team and you don't have a proper strategy, it's going to be really hard to get through doing that. And in Palace 3, I think starting Palace 3, so when 2.0 comes out, they're going to start expecting us to be around level 70. Like by the end, when we get to the first part of Palace 3 end boss, like the first part of the boss, you're expected to be like that 70 about. So your persona is like everything being 80. I might be misremembering. They might only be, you know, they might think, oh, you should be like 68. But you gotta think the recommended level for account level for the second palace boss is 58 right now. What was I doing? I am going to hang out with Motaha. That's what I was doing. Yeah, exactly, Gunk. Sorry, crowns. That's what I was thinking of. Crowns. So everlasting rose are like our crowns. Thank you. Thank you, Shadow and Gunk. And how's it going, Shadow? You doing well today? Hope all's doing well. But I will say we do get a more steady supply of roses than, for example, crowns. Yeah, well, for example, if you are playing every day, you're not letting your stamina go to waste. If you're around level account level 50, you'll probably be 60 by probably the week of 1.2. So like at 1.2 will go, and then you'll probably hit level 60 around there. And then you should be able to hit 70 before Palace 3 comes out. So it actually is not that big of a deal. And then after level 70, we have basically the max amount of power. that we can get in an account, besides getting wonders levels up. Because eventually they bring in what's called super ego, which is basically as you'll see like on a TW or a CN side, you would see what's called super ego, and it's basically they bring in every level above 80 you get, you can increase one of his stats by 30. Boss 50-50 on Joker banner. Sure, keep pulling or wait for the supports. I have A1 on right now. A1 on is a absolute. So for example, using on, Luful, and Key with a either Okeon or Puppet, doesn't matter, you will be able to beat everything in the game. You might have a harder time on, for example, well, this week guild boss is actually really nice for on because of they're all weak to fire. It's AoE weak to fire, so you may have a little of a hard time there in some weeks. But I would honestly suggest skipping if you're looking for a good DPS. Makoto's not bad when she comes in 1.3, so about a month from now. Or I would really suggest either waiting for Phoebe or Cord. Phoebe is our first 5-star navigator, even though she's a standard unit. I played Genshin Impact for 2 to 3 years, and I never once got Mona. Not once. So I am a big proponent of that. What are the best personas for on stream? I always like running Yunis, because if there's any sort of like boss enemy with whatever, then I can use Rakunda and Tatra, or I can use, for example, if you're worried about AoE, I can use someone like, what's her name, Leanne, because when I use something like Psychokinetic Disruption, decreases foes defense by 9%. Not big, but that's the AoE type. Lamia is nice because if you, I'm gonna dupe her up eventually, but increases when the enemy is burning, it increases party's attack by 12% for 2 turns. Very nice. And then the last one I like using is a Jiko Kuten right now, because of increases party's attack by 9.8%. So this is a AoE attack buff. Once you hit level 60 though, once we hit 60, you honestly, you go down to Realm Repression, you go to Persona, you go to floor 6, and we're looking at certs. One just gives it's the right here. Marakunda, decrease all foes defense by 24.4%. So you have an AoE defense down. So this is who you would use, and you'd honestly use search for basically every team, for any sort of AoE situation. At least that's what I would suggest. Other people might have other suggestions, and they might be right, I might be right. But that's what I would say. This is who I would use. I'm just going to do this. I'm gonna do a quick little heart rail or metro. Oh, so I'm looking for. I didn't get what I wanted. Sure, let's do that. Honestly, I hate Scarlet Tide. Scarlet Tide always messes me. Always messes with me. Yeah, we'll take that. So for Persona's 5-star is not always better. No. No. When we're looking at Personas, for one, we're looking at what they provide us. So one, we're looking at mostly their buff, what they give us, and then 2, what abilities do they have? So like I said, Cert is really nice because of the fact that he provides a AoE decrease. Defense down. And that's why he's really nice to have. But in the future, the higher level personas are generally the higher level personas are better. But we do have the rare occasion where we can still use the older ones. So like Yui really likes. So like Giannis we're lucky that he's the Wonder's main persona because he's able to scale all the way to level 99. Wait, you can gacha persona 5 stars? Yep. You can go to the gross. Yes, I would say I have to relook at what Baphomet does. But yeah, no, Lamia just, you can't say no to just a general. I'm not going to say no to a general 12% attack buff just for having them on my persona list, because with that team they're going to be burning anyway. So I'm going to use it. Other people might think Baphomet's better, and that's on them. I'm not going to debate that with them. But like I said, I would have to relook at what Baphomet does. Yeah, once you get up to, I think, the max persona list, I think it can take up to 8 chances. Yeah, 8 chances to be able to get them. Right now, 2, 4 is not bad, but the 8 ones, oof. But you do want one of the best personas in the game is called Dionysus, because he comes naturally with Revolution, and Revolution is such a big. It's a massive. It's a crit buff. All I can say about it, it's a crit buff. I'm not gonna say no to a crit buff. Lemon can also start your burn off if Wonder is faster than Key. Exactly. But also, if you run Luful, they enemies burning anyway. Wait, I fought that for no reason. I'm an idiot. I need to fight this guy. But yeah, no, I really enjoy Lumia. The only problem, it's like right now trying to get Wonder to be fast is so hard, because you need you need was it agility mastery, but you need a high agility mastery right now for me, because my key just has. Oh, that reminds me, I should have switched up my my key, because key scales off HP. I forgot about that. Since I only had, when I first put my cards on key, those are all the cards I had. Baphomet makes it so you deal damage to burning enemy, they take 20% more fire damage from everyone. Yeah, it's pretty good. I don't think I have Baphomet. If not, I'd probably use them. Yeah, no, Baphomet's pretty good. I just haven't used them in. I don't think I ever used them on my TW, my current one. So a lot of these lower end personas could probably split my brain, because my TW count got to level 80 within 10 days. So I forget about some of the lower end stuff. And right now I'm not really too focused on being a super sweaty tryhard in this game and worrying about personas and all that, because I know for the most part I'm replacing them like every like 4 days, 5 days. Level 60 is probably when I'm gonna start actually really focusing on my personas a little more. And I think that's my game plan going forward. Bum, bum, bum. Where am I going? Sorry, give me a second. I need to check on something. All right, we're good. Had something pop up. But anybody got any big weekend plans going today? I prefer this set. Any new ones? We'll just grab the new one. And we'll keep going. All right. Yeah, we're down for this. Can you clear all content already? If I cared to clear all content, I probably could, but I kind of don't. I don't care for clearing all content right now. It's not a super big priority for me. But technically, yes, you could. What the? Oh, okay. I think I'm just being dumb. I think I'm being dumb. Yep, sure, works for me. We'll take tactical. Okay, so if you ever start a platform with Hardy Pocket Watch, oh man, it's so broken. So you defeat all the enemies until the end of the first one. Hardy Pocket Watch is so broken. I love it. I love Hardy Pocket Watch. It'll make your run so easy. All right, cool. We'll use that. Let's grab a blessing. Yeah, like right now, I'm technically cleared everything besides going through all of Heart Rail. For some reason there is a Yusuke morph in the hideout, but Yusuke isn't in the game yet. It's because it's because technically they added him into the game files. If you give me a second, I'll show you. I'm sure trading card 1 works for me. But yeah, Yusuke's in the game files. One, if you look at a weapon premium, or basically a premium limit weapon box, you'll be able to do here we go. Hello, boss. How are we doing today? I'm doing great, Robin. How are you doing, buddy? But yeah, technically, Yusuke's in the game files, so that's why like they basically added him to this patch, but he's not out yet. But we'll get him in a week and a half anyway. I noticed that as well. And then what else was there? We can already technically grab Yusuke's weapon as well. Is he better than Leon for On? Yes, I would say so. Key basically since On still wants alright, whatever. But yeah, no, On, I would say I'd much rather use Key than Leon for On. Once I get into another battle, I'll show you why. I had a pretty chill day. We'll have a ton of work starting Monday, but that's how life goes. I feel that. I'm not really doing much anymore. This is basically all I do is like I come up with one to two videos a day, and then I stream for a few hours. Until probably September when I go back to teaching. All right. But so BP Oiling, I think is your probably how you pronounce your name. So if I go to where's Key? For one, if I go to his skill set, Ring of Fire. So for one, he works with burning, and if the target is burning, you give 1 stack of chosen, which chosen one increases party's fire damage when using a skill. Take damage. Doesn't matter, but basically everything he does, it gives chosen. Chosen then increases the fire damage done, increases fire and even more right here. Increases fire damage and ailment damage, and does oppose with Sacred Flame by 6%. Sacred Flame is another, where is it? When target foe takes action, deals fire damage. So it counts as a separate burn dot. Right now, I was teaching middle school math science last year, but my contract didn't get, it was a temporary contract, and starting the fall, I'll be going back to on the sub list. But we might be striking, so I don't know what's going to happen come September. I really need Queen. My team sucks. Oh man, just hey. 3 more weeks, 3.5 weeks. So 3 weeks Thursday, I should say. Actually, I guess 2 weeks next Thursday. But yeah, so key just works better for on general. That's why we use key. Thanks, Robin. Appreciate it. What would you do if a kid in your class was playing P5X instead of paying attention? See, the cool thing is, the cool thing is about where I live, there's a phone ban, so if they're on their phone, they have to go take it to the office and give it to them, and it gets put into a box safe until the end of the day, until the end of the day, then they can go pick it up. So students are actually a lot better about not being on their phones now. Teacher IRL, P5X, teacher online. Exactly, Shark. I have, Robin, you haven't summoned once yet? What? Actually, that makes sense. That makes sense. I respect you. Honestly, if I was straight free to play, I would not be, besides doing my crazy reroll for Joker, I would be skipping Yui, I'd be skipping Marian, I would be skipping Yusuke, Makoto, and going for Phoebe and Cord. I see things. I'll need to get key leveled up then. I would highly suggest it. Because we basically use key until Howler. Is what it feels like. Key until Howler, basically. We'll take the cards. Ooh. We're gonna try the snake boss. I only did beginner banner and haven't summoned at all. Dang, dude. You have dedication. I can't do that. You have dedication, Shadow. Alright, I am now broke. Okay by me, though. I'm going to sell one of mine for this. I'm basically doing that pull order, just chilling with our court since I got Joker and did some pulls for his 4-star. Ah, nice. That's not bad. I always am a big proponent of telling people, hey, go for do that. But if you want to do other things, then go for it. Like I said, there is no mandatory units. There are no, like, you know, this is how you should play the game. It's a gacha game at the end of the day. It's a game. So we should be playing to have fun, not to be sweat wars where we're not going to have fun. I will be paying and not minding as much, but I really want Cord and later on Kasumi. She's my favorite P5 character, so maybe I'll fully save the 6/6 here. Hey, my man. Before they released Barry, I 100% was going to 6/6 Kasumi. 100%. Yes. The one with the insane arch. When I hop on TW in a little bit, I'll show you if you're still here. I want to discard. When does Howler come out? Howler came out, I think, December. So 8 months, probably honestly November, December. I would say November, December of this year. Oh man. So I don't know if I'm going to be playing much TW today, but tomorrow I'm going to be streaming, or I'm going to be doing an earlier stream. So typically I want to be streaming. I'll be trying to stream as much as possible during the summer because I have nothing else to do besides do heart rail, do Tartarus on TW, that kind of stuff. But tomorrow is my birthday, So I'm going to be streaming a little earlier. So usually I stream at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, but I'm thinking of streaming at noon tomorrow, Mountain Standard Time tomorrow, just so that I can do birthday dinner with my family. So, but then tomorrow I'm planning on doing, I'm doing a big Taiwan. I'm gonna be mostly doing Taiwan tomorrow, with a little bit of like, you know, like just basically do like an hour of just straight chilling on global. Hey, thank you guys. Thank you, Jed. Thank you, Shadow. Thank you, everybody. Yes, it is. I'm turning old. I am turning old. Have fun tomorrow. We'll be here if it's not too late my time. Happy early birthday, thank you, Hero. Yes, I am also a July birthday. Most people, do I have any? No, 210. Dang it. All right, whatever. I can't buy anything. I thought they were speeding up third palace update, so I thought it was going to come in August. It coming in September does not feel like it's sped up. No, it is speeding up. So if you, sorry, like, give me un momento. So if you guys give me 1 second, I'm gonna pull up the Persona 5X roadmap. Where is it? Is it this one? No, this is the, okay. I think this is the old one. All right, here we go. All right. So if I pull up this image right here, as we can see, so right now we are in version 1.1. All right. So we're in version 1.1. So we already have all of this right here. Version 2, 1.2. So we already know Yusuke is guaranteed. We also know Makoto is guaranteed for 1.3 because of these Persona 5 original events. So we're getting Yusuke first, then we're getting Makoto afterwards. 1.4 should be Phoebe, but what I'm thinking they're doing is they're either going to release Cord, or they might, if they're freaky with it, they might start summer event early. But since we already know so what we need to remember, so how I know they're speeding things up is because technically we're in they combined 1.1 and 1.2 from the, if I pull up here. So this is 1.1 in TW in China was only Yui. 1.2 was actually where we got Marian. And 1.3 was the start of Yusuke. Then they brought in a bit of a filler week in between Yusuke and Makoto, which I think they're just going to skip right away. So we're already going to be 2 to 3 weeks ahead of TW in China, just based off of this. And we have this right here. And then it goes into 1.4. 1.4 had a small filler, and then it went into 2.0. So we're losing a little bit here and there. But I think they're mostly just skipping more of the filler patches. And as long as they give us the events with it, like for example, when I'm looking down here, as long as they give us the Vases of Invitation Roblox Challenge, I don't care. As long as they give us this and give us something on top of it for like the 1.3 patch, I don't mind if we're skipping this. Something just to make up for the daily currency loss. If that makes sense to all you guys. All right, Boiling, happy early birthday to you as well. You have your birthday on Tuesday, on the 15th. Happy birthday. Shadow, it'd be interesting to see you play on TW to see what the game looks like down the road. Oh man, I'm 100%. TW feels so much better to me than I'm a big proponent of people playing on TW right now, and then also having this just so you can see like what you like, what you dislike, who you want to go for. It's not a bad idea. Anyways, I'll be dropping by some other time. A newfound P6 teacher, Perfect Beefy Boiling. Nice to meet you, dude. Hero, I can't wait for when they announce episode 3 real characters for global. I want to make sure I save. So I see them probably April. I could see them April, maybe March, or they might keep it in June. Basically, I see it April to June, somewhere in that range. We'll get the P3 reload. I skipped Phoebe, will hurt on Guild Boss, but whatever. Yeah, like, if you're a guild boss enthusiast, absolutely Phoebe's going to be necessary for until all the way till Futaba, but you don't need her. She'll help, but she's not a necessity. We just need exactly compensation. I agree with you here. We will have to wait and see how they tackle the currency discrepancies. Like technically right now we're up pretty good. Like overall, I know people were complaining about how we only got 100 for the maintenance and we didn't get the 300 code. But what I want to remind you guys is that we're getting 7 weapon pull tickets. TW in China never got that. So really, I see them giving us that in return. So I would rather have the general currency. Absolutely, I agree with you guys there. But it's not the biggest deal in the world to me that we're not getting it. And if we're getting weapon tickets instead. I would like them to keep the filler content just to have many things going on variety. Exactly. And that's why they need to release the events with it. If they don't release the events, then we have a problem. Then I'm going to be bitching. But if they give us the events on top of everything, then I don't mind as much. I'm happy. True. Also, people shouldn't forget that in most comic gachas, you will never be able to get every character. Yes and no. So, yeah. I agree with you as free to play. But if you're willing to get the $5 monthly, my buddy who plays TW, if you know, his name is Earphone. He's also friends with Blade. But basically the $5 monthly, he has gotten every single character in the game that he wants. He skipped a few characters here and there, but more importantly, he's also been able to dupe out and get weapons with it. But if you're free to play, then yeah, you have to be a little smarter, and you'll have to skip a banner here and there. But typically speaking, every 4 weeks, you'll be able to pull one character. I kind of wish more people posted confident scenes. I like them myself and would grind it, but holy shit, grinding social stats is a living hell, and also waiting a year for Barry is depressing. I get you on that. I get you. I'm actually thinking of starting a Korea account. Maybe one day. But yeah, I can definitely see what you're talking about. Yeah, because they were in the game before taking it out. Completely would be such a dumb choice. I agree with you. 100%. I just remember I was playing, what is it? Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade before, I played about until after, what's it? Hidden Inventory. And I kind of quit because they weren't giving us the events. They were holding off on the events for too long for me. Once it will involve some luck, but yeah, it looks good. Exactly. And again, I want to remind people, this game is fairly generous. Global may not be as generous as TW in China, but I think that's okay because overall, we're still going to be able to pull a vast majority of the characters we want. And they're still more generous with pulls and the way the weapon banner system works than, for example, Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, or Zenless, so Hoyo. And if you compare the from Wuwa, so Weathering Waves to here, it's actually pretty good. Like the weapon banner here, I think will technically, if you go to Double Heart Pity, only costs about 600 more currency than going to like a soft pity on Wuwa, so 70. Just pulled from Minami, and with the new announced summer Minami, my wallet is screwed. So the thing is, Aaron, the summer Minami isn't coming to global until next year. We'll be getting, so the summer Minami is actually on Taiwan and China. What up, Dino? What did you do? What did you pull this time? What did you random 10 pull and got lucky from? I heard that JJK Gacha game was terrible. It's a Japanese Gacha game, so yeah, I just don't like Japanese. So if you don't play a Japanese Gacha game, for one, reroll them, because they are horrible for pull currency just to begin with. I have not seen a generous Japanese Gacha game. And play for specific characters. If you drop the game, you won't pick it up again, make a new account. Doesn't matter. They're super easy level up in those games. There's only one thing I'm missing that is guaranteed dupe on a unit of choice from like big events. That is true. I agree with you on that. Yeah, weapon banner 600 cheaper for a temple than other games since it's only 1k for a temple. Exactly. Actually, I think it is cheaper than Wuthering Waves. Actually, when I think about it, I think double weapon pity, like going 70 for 70 twice, is actually the same cost as Wuthering Waves. Going for like a 70 pull on that, or a 70 plus pull for a weapon on there. Oh yeah. Uma Masume, they are pretty generous. Surprisingly, they are a generous game. I think they're only generous because of the fact that there is 4 years of them trying to catch up. So they're releasing a bunch of content. At least this is what I heard from some of the content creators on that scene. But they're releasing a bunch of content right now, and because of that, they're giving out a bunch of free stuff to kind of keep the players in line, and then for them to be okay with the fact that they're speeding through more of the units being pulled through. Cheaper weapon banner helps, and you actually want standard units for weapons in this game. Exactly, the standard units. I also want to remind you, the 4-star weapons aren't horrible. They aren't horrible. I pulled Leon's weapon 1 time, so I went again, and got Marian weapon 2 times, then had enough currency in exchange for Shun weapon. Dino, you are a fucking asshole, and I love that for you. God damn it, dude. What the actual heck? Weapon banner goaded for being cheaper than character pulls. I don't know what people are complaining about. It's because they're not thinking. All they see is, oh, no guarantee. All they see is, oh, well, Wuthering Waves, they have a guaranteed weapon banner. But what they don't think of is the fact that in this game, for one, our character pulls are only 150 per, so only 150 to pull. Our weapon is only 100 to pull, so this is already cheaper. And on top of that, I get to pick and choose. I can actually pick and choose which standard weapon. If I don't want Yui's weapon, I can pick another weapon here. And then I can also pick the weapons I lose to. It's goated. And yes, you know, you are fat. Holy hell. I am so down to try Uma. If we look on my, where's my mouse? If we look on my Steam page right now, I actually have it downloaded. I have 3 hours of it. I have 3 hours of rerolling because I love rerolling. That's what I enjoy. Do you think someday we'll get Persona 1 and 2 characters? That's too far in advance for us to think about right now, but I don't see why not. But I know right now, so we're in P5, P5R, and then next year will be P3. And then I think the year after they're doing P4. Will they add Halloween Christmas units of summons the summer? As of right now, they have not released a Halloween or winter unit, like a Halloween Christmas, because technically Halloween and Christmas aren't really celebrated in the like China and Japan, really, from what I can tell. But yeah, weapon ban is so huge. I love it. Except for the fact that, unlike you, Dino, I've done 140 pulls. I've had to do double hard pity for a, what is it, a Joker weapon, and I just pulled Shun's weapon. I have a feeling they're going, yeah, they're planning, so not this, so right now I'm going to be speaking of China and Taiwan. So on China and Taiwan, they're doing P3. Next year, they're going to collab for P4 is next. Persona 4 for fuck's sakes, but not P1 and 2. Persona 1 and 2, not yet. They don't have plans. They just don't have a large enough fan base behind them, in my opinion. Just hopefully I'm wrong. I would agree with you. I think it's more important for them to do P3 and P4 instead for the fans, and then they can start thinking of P1 and P2. I love that they added the P2 characters, especially Eternal Punishment. It's my favorite Persona game. Atlas can have my soul legally if they ever remake it. I'm so sorry, Dino. It's okay. I've already accepted the fact that I'm gonna be a filthy whale, and I accepted that. But also, when Cord comes out, I'm gonna be, depending if they do Cord or Summer Closer first, I'm gonna be re-rolling a alt account on that. So I'm not really stressing all that much. I'll be good to go one day. Bum, bum, ba-da-dum. Claim, 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 claim. Make sure you do this every day. Max out your rewards. I'm going to keep on. Oh, here we go. Now it's working. I'm going to do this. I could see them doing P1 and P2 as a retro collab. Absolutely, I could see that too. I got that reward. Let's go for platinum tickets now instead. I almost have enough for a full. All right, nothing. Would you say A1 to A6 is huge? Yes. I'll go over. I'm actually about to hop on TW. I'll actually load it up real quick. Give me a second, guys. Let's pull that up. Pull that out. I'm just gonna. Here we go. Here we go. And nothing. We'll finish this up tomorrow then. And then we'll... So we just have to grab these tickets, and then grab this, and then we'll focus on getting everything else afterwards. I think I've done all my character trials. But yeah, I'll go over A1 to A. So A1, I would say, is a really good stopping point for any free-to-play player. But A6 Court is a monster. Absolute monster. While I'm waiting, let's go. Let's actually finally do something. I'm not doing Nightmare because that's. All right, let's try hard. Let's try hard. Since my electric team is not completely built yet. When are we getting this update for SEGA server not having any communication from the developer? You'll get it on Thursday. You'll get it Thursday. Or Wednesday night. I don't know. No, definitely Thursday. Thursday. 100% you'll get it Thursday. Rakunda. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. My speed tune is all wrong. Oh, never mind. It doesn't matter. As long as Yui is faster than Closer, I don't care. I went for A3 Mesa. Oh, you're a monster. I can't believe it. I pulled another me with zero pity. I wanted some Leon dupes, but the game refused to give them to me. So Shadow, are you now a? So Shadow, what is your Marian at? What's your Marian at? You gosh darn monster. Yeah, if you're going for A3 Mesa, that's perfect. You don't have to go for what's the name? What else? I know I'm eventually gonna go for. Oh, I got a lot of plans for a lot of things. I'm glad I have an A3 on. I chose a weapon from the Whipple. Yes, A3 on is so nice. I'm gonna be. Oh shoot! I should have been. Yeah, we got there. We got. Come on. Okay, we're gonna save it. We should have done that. Okay, we use Yui. A1 R2 with 50 pulls. What the actual Shadow? What is your fucking luck? This is ridiculous. This is absolutely disgusting. Is Marian worth the special contracts? It really depends. For me, she is. For me, she is because I'm going to be going for Summer Closer. Summer Closer is really nice because of the whatchamacallit. So Marian does a lot of overhealing for her. So you want her for the overhealing because it reduces her skill 3 cooldown. But yeah, if you don't, I would. She's not needed. She does make your life easier, but it's fine. Yeah, SE server is basically Taiwan and China for, sorry, Taiwan and Korea for the China, and global for China. So it's not bad. So it's not bad for you guys because, so Zio, so here's a plus side for you guys. You guys will actually be able to see everything before it comes out, which is a really nice thing for you guys. So you'll be able to see if, for example, they buffed Yui by a little bit. So it might sway you to pick Yui up. And you'll have a better idea if you want her or not. Oh shoot! I've been just completely gosh darn it. I was supposed to whatchamacallit. I should have been using Yui's third ability. I completely just skipped it. Oh boy. My life will be easier once I have A1 cord, A6 Kasumi. Exactly, Robin. You'll literally be able to clear any point of the game so easily. The Orochi boss in Rail is yes, because he switches through whatchamacallit. I should have also used Shun's gun. Ah, sure. Screw it. This won't be the worst score in the world. Oh my god. I will say my Yui's doing my Yui's doing a little bit of damage. Just doing a little bit of damage. Oh, let's see this. 17k, not bad, not bad. Let's go. Oh, what? Alright, whatever. I'll have to redo this. I just suffer now to play for the wrong one. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Exactly. Alright, I'll need to level up some of my stuff a little more for to do this, but 2.1 mil, not bad. We'll take that. Where's that put me? That's supposed to be top 30%. We'll take that, even with losing a Yui turn. Alright. In my guild, someone had A6 Yui. That was interesting. Oh man, that would be nasty because she also does AoE. Her abilities with AoE. Alright. I am now going to be swapping over to my TW account for a little bit. I want to clear some. I want to go through a little bit over there. But yeah, I'm liking my Yui right now. I'm liking my Yui. Definitely liking my Yui. I'm having fun with her. But I'm also a huge fan of follow-up attacks. If any of you guys know, like for example, what is it? Reverse 1999. I started playing during what's called a Andro Nala, and she's basically entirely based upon follow-up attack. So I love my follow-up attack girlies. Would you say it's a good time to call to be slowly leveling up all characters? Yeah, I'm surprisingly enough, I'm actually releasing a video in about 3 hours, kind of talking about. So my video in 3 hours I'm releasing before I go to bed, because I need to finish up some things up for it, is one. What's going to be in it is I'm going over like what should we focus on. So like what I've been kind of talking about in this stream, making sure you have two teams with their levels, their weapons, and their skills leveled up to about level 60s. So you want the two teams with the level 60s for levels and weapons, and then having, for example, their skills, their important skills that you use a lot, to level 6. Once you get that, then you can start maybe looking at getting a little bit of the persona cards, just so that you have kind of a workable set and you're doing well. It's 2 a.m. here. I'll go work, have fun. I'll go into work, have fun today, and later tomorrow. Later, Robin. I'll be back again tomorrow. You have an awesome day. And then I was actually going to say that working on characters is a big plus because of, for example, like you just said, Velvet Trials. But another thing is, if I go to my palace real quick and I go to my rating, so every level, so as you see, every level we do gives me, actually, is there any of these translated? Okay, this is a bad example right now because I'm on TW, so they're not translated. But every one of these levels give me a tiny little bit of power. But when you get to, like, for example, I think it goes up to 500. Yeah, 500. All characters have an attack power increase of 2 in battle. So like all of these just give you a little bit of power, a little bit of power, a little bit of power, and you get them by having your you get them from the character power level. So 103 here. If I go to my rating over here, you'll see my power is at 103, and it increases my overall score, and which increases my Q level. So that's why. No, this is low. This is low compared to some people. And then when I look at my Velvet Trial, not only that, but if I look at my guild boss, it's good for my guild boss because then I can do both guild bosses. If you're, for example, on TW, I need to hit at least 8 million, so I get my 3 weekly universe cards. But also when I look at in the future, we get called what's called Astro Lab, and this gives you a bunch. This is basically a new character leveling system, power system. So you eventually start getting these Starship bottles. And what those do is they, if I go to here, this, just general level increase. So for Howler, this is damage bonus. Increases my skill damage bonus, increases fire damage bonus, increases my attack, defense, HP, all that. So all good stuff. I'm also farming. I'm also farming now. I'm basically downing on RSS, and all really important units are leveled. I'm kind of putting random stuff into units until level cap increases. Hey, nothing wrong with that, Shadow. Right now, since I'm like level 57, almost level 58 on my global account, I need to start being in a saving mode so that I can level up my characters. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff they add. So the thing is, I need to actually be in that. So for example, with Astro Lab, this goes on for 3 weeks. I know it says 3 days and 21 hours, but it basically just gives you more chances. So right now I can do 9 of these points, or 9 tries. Last week was the first week I could do it, but this goes across the entire, like, it builds across 3 entire weeks basically worth. As well as heart rail, and then where is that going? Here. It's most important for doing something like this, because you're going to want to be able to do your weekly boss here and your so not weekly, your SOS, your Sea of Souls, since you're going to want to be able to do both bosses to make sure that your score is in the you go up every week. So right now I'm in my I can go up to once we get the summer units in a couple weeks, I should hopefully be level 7, where level 8, rank 8 is the highest we can go. But right now in global, most of us should be here, where I am. That's where I am right now. And next week I should be here. So starting next week though, you want to start being ranking high, because then getting these coins is huge. That's how you get a lot of personas, a lot of the higher level personas. Someone asked about Barry, right? I believe, if I'm not crazy. I'll show a little bit of Barry. But yeah, I love Barry. She looks so good. I said this when I first saw her. She could quite literally heal the enemy team. She could kill my teammates. I would still use her. I would still A6 R6 her on global. 100%. No doubt in my mind. Oh yeah. This right here is Howler too. I know someone's asked about Howler, but this is Howler. So she is a massive, she does a lot of defense down on this one. She does yeah, defense. She has 2 defense down, and then she also has where she increases their fire damage taken here. What is it? So increases target damage taken on her 3rd skill, as well as if she's Fierce Pursuit, increases the fire damage. And as well, she just does a lot. She does a lot. She scales off of Ace ailment. So she's really cool. I love using her. But this is Barry. Also, okay. Just take a look at this weapon. Oh, it's so sick. Does Wonder have it equipped? Like, look at this thing. Does this weapon not look absolutely diabolical? Like, this weapon to me looks amazing. This is the newest weapon they just came out with Barry. Like, this is Barry's weapon. For Wonder. Does it make sense to ignore this month's items and use Den coins early to upgrade Den so you get them faster? Yeah, I am focusing. So, let's see. If I go to my Den real quick, so my palace. So I made sure to focus for one. Right now I'm level 4, P level 46. I focus heavily on making sure I could get to level 21. 21 gets you your 4th one, so you get more coins. And then as the month goes on, what I want to do is, for example, I go to the store down here, and I want to make sure every month I am picking up my coffee. I'm using 337.50 every month to pick up a coffee. That is what I'm doing every single month. As long as you're doing that, then I would say absolutely focus on your levels so that you're able to get more coins, more of that. BRB going to make a Wonder creepypasta after seeing that weapon. I love that for you, Jet. Let's do it. That design is tough. Exactly, Shark. Thank you. I love that. Barry's my end goal right now. I 100% agree. Look at this. This is Barry's weapon. She has a scythe. She is a... Oh, she's a gothic queen. She is amazing. Like, I said this in a video, but like, she reminds me of Corpse Bride. And like, I love Nightmare Before Christmas and the whole corpse. Oh man, she reminds me of Corpse Bride. She reminds me of Sally. That's who she reminds me of. And then you throw on her scythe. Oh my god. And then like, even her 4-star. Like, look at this. Does this not look amazing? They cooked on Barry. Oh my lord, did they cook on Barry. But I will say, Barry is a little hard to use, but she's a really good boss character. Best design. Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely, in my mind. Yeah, Tim Burton. I 100%, I do think they took a big Tim Burton influence from it. Where am I at? I need to farm this real quick. And then we'll use, of course, Barry. So this is my general use Barry team. I would also use, instead of Howler, I would use, for example, Wind Fast. Wind Fast is getting a sick looking summer skin though. I'm thinking when she comes to global, I'm definitely pulling it. Where else do we have? I love scythe weapons in games. Too bad you'll die almost immediately if you try to sword fight with one. And that's what I'm. Yeah, it's too bad. But you know, it's if in game I can use it. Oh, I didn't know you can switch back and forth between the boxes. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, super easy. And what's up, Potato? You doing well? Mentoring Barry is my Kasumi upgrade for bossing. Exactly. She is one of the best. Look at that. Did you see what she just did? She is a goddamn fucking Beyblade. I love her so goddamn much. Oh. Oh, she didn't kill. Too bad. She didn't kill. Look at that. Just look at that. Oh my goodness. She is, oh, just immaculate. Just absolutely oh my god. This is exactly what I needed. Breaking rate day, Oh, okay, this one could be really good. This one could be really good. And that one could be really good. All right, let's do one more. Yes, it's gonna be for the 50. I popped 2. That would put me down to 30 only over, which puts me basically, yeah. She's the best design I've seen in this game. Absolutely, I agree with that. Her design is just peak. She's perfection in my eyes. Can that be a new soundbite? The Yes, I agree. Ollie, she looks so good, but she's so... I know, right? You know, people are talking about... Alright. Alright. So everybody loves talking about the P3 characters, you know, oh, Makoto Yuki, oh my god, we need Makoto... No. In my opinion, fuck Makoto Yuki, give me Barry. Give me Barry today, and I will A6 R6 her. And then I will immediately A6 R6 Cord as well as Anch. And I will also be a psychopath and A6 R6 Mesa for her. For the memes. For the gosh darn memes. For the memes. Oh wait, I need to go... Where is it? Barry. Barry. Oh, I love her so much. Alright, where was that god piece? Oh. Wait, what's this one give? Affected, I don't want that. I don't care for that. Penetrate damage boost. Dang it, if this was break, oh my god, is that crit? Alright, that's flat attack. I don't want that. Mine's better. Nope. This could be tough. Nope. Not good piece. Not good piece. We can do better. We can do better. No. I need to re-download my I'll have to re-download my translator tomorrow. Because it's a little off right now. Breaking rate, defense. Okay. Okay. Anything but defense. Okay, good. Okay. 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 Oh. Ho, 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 ho. Oh, wait, is it the same thing? Wait, which one's better? Okay, yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, a little more break effect. Perfect. We love seeing all of that good stuff. Okay. But one of the reasons why I want to be on my TW account right now is kind of just to like generally talk about like what are we looking forward to right now. So right now we have like I said, we have Yui out. And then we're going to get Yusuke. Hopefully they do what they did to Yui where so as we can see, like I talked about this earlier, but Yui actually got buffed. So you will trigger follow-ups after any ally deals damage with a skill for 1 turn. On global, it's 2 turns. So it brings up her consistency, which is really nice. I'd love to eventually see collabs with more Atlas properties, having Catherine, and that would be hilarious. I'm so down for that. But so I'm hoping we see a Yusuke buff. When he comes to TW, I mean global. Honestly, Makoto Nijima does not need to be buffed at the start. She's already she's going to be the best single target DPS in the game. Yusuke is just really hard because of the fact that he scales off of defense for 1, as well as he wants shields. So when he gains shield, he increases damage bonus by 2.5%. And he won't have his best in slot support, which is going to be Cherish. A Catherine Crab would be so cool. I agree, Shark. I would love to see that. And then we already know about Phoebe. Phoebe's just a goated... She's just going to be a goated support unit for a while. Mine's not even built up, as you can see. Only having... What am I looking at? I haven't touched that portion. I have no cards on her. I have no cards on her. What? That is hilarious. But then, like, oh yeah, someone was asking about Cord. That's why I'm looking at this right now. So Cord. I say they should buff Haru a bunch. I'm totally not biased, by the way. So Shadow, they do buff her a bunch. I'll talk about Haru in a minute. I'll talk about her in a minute and talk about why she's actually goated. What am I looking at? So if I look at her awareness, so her awareness 1 at the start of battle selects one ally to become the co-star. Co-star just increases attack based on Ayakasaki's attack, prioritizing the highest attack assassin or sweeper ally. So basically, she targets your damage dealer to be a co-star, and on top of being the co-star of being given attack, she also gives 15% crit rate. So if we look at my Barry right now, Barry only has 54.5%, but with for example, Cord, she actually has 69%. And then on top of that, if we continue looking at her, doesn't matter. So when she uses Catchy Hook, immediately increases the ally's damage by 30%. So Catchy Hook increases the highlight damage by 86.1%. So what she does is she forces the ally to use their highlights and increase the highlight damage by 86.1% at max rank. So then it also increases their damage by additional 30%, which is nice. A5 is just another highlight increase. But A6, we can now use Catchy Hook at the start of battle, and it permanently decreases Catchy Hook's cooldown by 1 turn, so you can use it every other turn, and increases all allies damage by 15%. So A6 Cord is a monster, and honestly, I love Cord's look. I'm not gonna lie, this her midriff area, oh, so good, so good. And then we include her weapon, oh, peak, absolutely. These are 2 of my favorite characters. Honestly, all 3 of these characters are my favorite. They're all so good. And then we go into summer. After that, we actually go into Summer Closer. Summer Closer is quite literally our best in slot AoE general damage dealer until Chinese New Year Ren, and specifically really if you have Matoi with her. You're also thinking the same thing about the midriff shark? Nice. Yeah, look, I'm an easy man. You show me a tone like open like this, like Turbo's design. Oh, so good. Like the exposed shoulders, the hips. I don't know. There's just something about you're covered, but you have a little bit showing. Like anyone else. So good. But the thing with for Summer Moko is actually designed to work with Mesa pre A3, because Mesa will be using a lot of his health to be able to do damage. But his A3 increases last duration skill multiplied by 35% attack and restores HP equal to 2% of his last duration damage. So now he actually doesn't need Haru anymore if you do A3 Mesa. Sorry, not Haru. You guys need Summer Moko. Turbo is perfect. I love her. I agree, Battler. I agree. But then Haru is someone. So her whole gimmick is based off of using her abilities to get sight. When Noir has sight, triggers additional effects when using skills. Removes after Noir's gun attack. So the whole idea is you build up sight stacks, and then you want to use your gun attack or your is it launch? Instigate? I don't know. It has to do, but basically you use her fusion aiming and suppressing blah blah blah, like that kind of thing, and then you use her gun attack. Summer Moko is my next chase. I agree, same here. But the thing is with Haru, you want A1. If you want Haru, A1. After a new foe appears, so this is basically working off the sense of anything with wave base or respawning of ads, so like bossing wise. After a new foe appears, Noir will automatically use fusion aiming at the start of her turn, which is for every 1 stack of sight on Noir, increases attack by 8%, up to 24%, and gun attack crit rate by 6%, up to 18%. And fusion aiming, is it down here, or is it... Where is it? Oh, fusion aiming. So yeah, it's her ability. So she'll just straight up use fusion aiming whenever enemies appear. So she's very nice. So A1's very needed, as well as you want her weapon. And until they buff her, which was during they actually buffed her during Turbo Patch. You want Haru, because what Haru does is increases their attack by 9.6% and ailment accuracy by 38.4%. This is level 1, so you actually want Haru for you want Taramoko for Haru. And then the other one, so for example, I already went over. So the reason why Makoto, for example, is such a good unit and to pull for and not a bad idea for a single target, because the unit who power creeps her is way up here, Mont. But really, absolutely, I can do that, Ollie. Or Olivris. I'll do that in 1 second after I talk about Monte Kasumi. But you don't actually, right now, unless it's they... Okay, don't worry, I'll get A1 along with the other 5. Yes, A6er, I agree. I'm definitely consider A6ing her. But then we look at Kasumi. Kasumi just straight up power creeps Mont within a month. It's basically the whole Yui and Makoto situation. It's this Yui Makoto situation over again. But then we look at, for example, Futaba, like Ollie asked for, and A1. A1 is a perfect place to go for. Increases all allies crit rate by 12% when you are at 100% analysis progress, or when allies are in hack complete. And we get analysis. Yeah, basically you gain anytime a ally does their a skill, you gain 5%, and when they do weak damage, you gain 15%. And then as well as this increases allies highlight and third G damage. A2 should just be A3. When allies attack foes and the target have a debuff from you, increase their attack by 25%. When one ally take a fatal blow, prevent it, and give all allies 20% attack shield once per battle. So again, this is a death saving move. A3's nice. Don't get me wrong, absolutely nice. A5, well, if you go A5, let's be honest, you're going A6. A6 is basically in the name of Featherman now targets all allies and inflicts all foes with the corresponding disruption virus. There can only be one disruption virus for the same element, and extend hacking complete to 3 turns. And additionally increases allies weak damage by 10% and damage by 25%. So yeah, her A6 is absolutely fucking disgusting. Because what it is in the name of the Feather Moon. I need to level this up. I just haven't done it yet. Wait, why did I level this up instead of... Don't ask me. Don't ask me. You should definitely be leveling this up before this. I think I did this when I was tired as hell one day. It wasn't paying attention. But what it is any ally to have hack complete, which we get from... Where is it? Where do we get hack complete? Where the heck is hack complete? Okay, there we go. And then you use one of her skills. When you have 100% analysis progress, you use one of her, either this skill or her silent hack or data crack. It gives you hack complete. And when you're in hack complete, you then use your skill 3. Which basically just weakness implants. If you ever played Honkai Star Rail and you know of Silverwolf, she's basically Silverwolf. So her A6, so instead of it being, so let's say that I am running let's say I'm running on is fire. Let's say the enemy is not weak to fire. Well, what I can do is use skill 3 when it's usable. And I use it on. Now the enemy it basically increases their weakness up 1. So if they are resistant, they are now normal. If they are normal, they are now weak to it. And A6 does, it does that for all of your units. So let's say you're using a rainbow team. So for example, let's say that I am using on Cord, and then all the way down here, Matoi. Or let's be more realistic. Chinese New Year Ren, Matoy, and like a general debuffer, let's say Winvass. Random team. All the enemies will receive wind weakness, ice weakness, and fire weakness. So it's very big. My one friend who I talked to a bit about this game, Earphone, the only unit he actually wanted A6 was Futaba. I can't sleep, so here's my real take. A6 Kasumi plus A6 Akechi and Cord will never summon again. Actually, not a bad idea, because Akechi's only good at A6. You either don't summon or you summon for A6. As of right now, hopefully they give her a major buff. That would be nice. Is there any other units you guys want me to kind of like look at and go over? I know them pretty well enough, except for Akihiko. I haven't played with Akihiko enough because I don't have them, and I've only used them in Tartarus. But for example, while I'm waiting, Barry's whole thing works. You're welcome, Ollie. Barry's whole thing works off doing resentment. So resentment is basically just it's a stacking. Oh yeah. The Chinese themed characters are super cool. But Barry just works off of stacking up resentment, which is a dot like Mesa. And then you're trying to pop it with her ult. Because her ult pops all dots as well as pops her resentment multiple times. And honestly, I want to A6. I'm on A6 all summon without using money. I love that for you, Steven. Can you go over Turbo? I just got her off standard. Nice, let's go. All right. I don't know. Again, Turbo's one of those characters I don't know well because I don't have her yet. I haven't really used her much. But basically, her whole thing. I'm going off of A. Actually, let's look at A1 real quick. Okay, but basically, what she wants is she wants speed. Lots and lots of speed. So you basically just want lots and lots of speed because basically she increases her own speed. Where is it? What I'm looking for? So at the start of your turn, you can use quantum transmission to convert 120 speed into extra action energy, and again one extra action at the end of your turn. Here we go. Okay, and then as you accumulate more and more of the 90 kilometers per hour of the speed, if you get up to like for 350, but basically for every 100, 220, blah blah blah, it increases your allies pierce rate by 5%, 10%, 15%. So the more speed you have, like the actual the second speed right here. Where am I looking for? Is it leading? Oh, she also just increases all allies extra action during extra actions. Where is it speeding? I don't care about that. Okay, here we go. Basically, you're just using skills 1 and skill 3. You don't really care about skill 3. Skill 2 and skill 3. You don't really care that much about skill 1. You'll basically use it if you're not within your extra action, but basically you'll use skill 2, use your extra action, and go into skill 3. So what skill 2 does is, for one, increases all attack, based off of speed up to a certain percent, as well as your defense. And if you use it during the extra action, it gives all allies 1 stack of a shield for 2 turns. Then that's why we want to use skill 3 during our extra action instead. Because your skill 3, for one, increases Pierce. So when Turbo came out, they reworked Pierce and defense down. You kilometers per hour, I only measure things in hamburgers and football fields. That's what I'm saying. But as a Canadian, I do kilometers per hour. So yeah. But Pierce and as well as attack. But when you use it during the extra action, increases the main target's Pierce by 1.3. This is why you use this during the extra action. So as your allies are taking turns and you're taking turns, blah blah blah, you build up your extra action. You use your extra action. So you're using your skill 1, your skill 2, blah, 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 whatever. And then you want to use your skill 3 during the extra action because you get more and more pierce, which just means bigger damage as compared to using your skill 2, which only gives a shield. So that's how she kind of works. She just gives a bunch of attack and a bunch of pierce. While Matoi is a technical deep ice debuffer. So she works really well with Chinese New Year Ren, because Chinese New Year Ren, when you trigger Fire Burn, which is basically when fire skill damage deals technical to foes inflicted with burn, trigger Fire Burn. And then she works well with, where is it? What am I looking for? So Fire and Fire does Fire Burn. Freeze. So Matoi can convert at skill 1. Certain skills can deal ice technical. At the start of your turn, gain 1 stack of exhausting power. So you're building up your extinguishing power based off of your using your echoing tie and your binding wave. And then you get to 4 stacks. Then you can use what's called bursting waterfall. Unlocks when extinguishing power reaches 2. Spend 2 stacks, but what you really want to do is, where is it? When extinguishing power reaches 4 stacks, upgrade this skill to bursting tornado. Bursting tornado. Spend 4 stacks of extinguishing power to deal ice damage to all foes and decrease their defense by a certain percentage for 2 turns, and deals ice technical. Guarantees the effect when triggering ice burn. So you want to have, so the whole idea is for Matoi, you kind of want to have a fire, you want to have a burn going on her. That's why a very nasty team is Chinese New Year Ren, Matoi with Howler. Howler will put on a bunch of burn, while Matoi will then convert that burn into ice burn, which is then still counted as a freeze. It's what is it? Yeah. So her whole thing is putting freeze on, and then when fire skills then do sorry, I got reverse. So she puts freeze on the enemies, and then when you use a fire skill, it then converts the freeze into an ice burn, which then acts as a burn. So it works well with Chinese New Year Ren. So they work very well together. But you don't need her. You can just use her as is. Because of course freeze is still nice because element decreased total attack, so it just decreases their attack, but yeah, she really wants to be reworking with fire teams. Is it this one? Yeah, but basically she is a AoE debuffer for fire teams for the most part, is what I see. Just to note, Lumia attack increase only works if Wonder applies a burn. We felt A2 doesn't get. Oh, you did? Oh, was I much? What was I? What? Was I misreading it then? I probably misread it then. My bad. Sorry, boys. Sorry, boys and girls. Thank you for correcting me. Like I said, I haven't used Lumia in a very long time. But that still doesn't make sense to me. Why would they word it that way then? Why would they learn it? Why would they word it that way? Oh, I'm using dumb NA brain and can't read commas. Can't read commas. So yeah, my bad. That's why. My bad. Sometimes, but like I said, I'm not a know-it-all of this. And I haven't used Lumia on my fire team in a very long time. Default burn would work too. I just tried it. I don't know. I might have been a mistake. They might have been right. I don't know. I'll look into that in a second. Would you recommend pulling specifically to get monthly currency from Exchange Shop, if not pulling in July? As long as you're able to. Okay, so China, Taiwan, and Bobo are different. As long as you can buy out the monthly. So I know these are looking like pull tickets. I know on Bobo right now they're just gems. As long as you can buy the gems in the Tree of Desire, I wouldn't recommend pulling if you don't want the characters, or if you don't mind getting them early. If that makes sense. But I will go check the Mia real quick. Let's go check this out. I want to go here. No, I want to go here. Let's go through on this team real quick. We want to... I'm only going to use... Actually... Where's Mia? I'm only going to use her. And then we'll level her up real quick because I can. Alright. And then let's go do... There we go. Is there any good source for Persona builds on global? Yes. Give me 1 second. Is it this right here? Yes, right there. So if you go to that website, and I'll do the you'll get to this website. If it's in Korean, then all you need to do is just convert it to English. But then all you do is you go to characters. They're not completely up to date yet, as of yet. Well, let's say I want to learn how to build Joker. I can go down here. It tells me all the things I may want. So all of the ones I may want to do. Oh, wow, it is actually updated a little bit. But let's say that I want to use Ruin. So it would suggest me to use Ruin with Departure, or it might want me to use Awareness, depending on which one I want to use. Because if I use it with Ruin, with Ruin, increase attack by 9% after every hit of damage to enemy with debuffs for 1 turn. Or I could do Departure, where Departure does increase attack by 30% for 3 turns after defeating an enemy. So both of them are really, really good. And you can use either of them. And then you can actually do this, or you can just straight up go into, if I click on Chord, I can just go down here. And then, oh, not there. I can just go, not there either. Just too many buttons to push. I just look and, okay, they recommend me using this. Okay, let's use this instead. And it's probably good enough. And then does that, so that'll help you with Revelation cards. And then does that website help with, let's see if it tells me. And then it tells me, for example, it tells me to max my skill 3 and my highlight, as well as my skill 1. But I should be maxing skill 3 and skill in my highlight first, which is correct. And then I should max my skill 1, and then maybe go to 8 for my skill 2, or maybe max it. And then it tells me what I'm looking for. So it tells me, doesn't it also tell me? And then it also tells me right here what I should be looking for. So this is the website I would suggest using for global. For TW in China, I don't really know. I just ask people. I have people who are Galaxy Brain with this. All right, I need to turn that off. What order is skill 1, 2, 3? Okay, that's a good question. So 1, 2, 3. So this is skill 1, this is skill 2, this is skill 3. If you're actually looking at the actual skill screen when you're leveling up, it'll be skill 1, skill 2, skill 3, skill 4. I'll show it. I'll actually show it to you. Okay, he is burning. I think I'm looking for the 10% one. Get. Yeah, So let me redo this. So I'm looking for 10%. So yeah, going back here. If I go to my down here is my skill. Skill 1, skill 2, skill 3, highlight. So 1, 2, 3, highlight. And then let's check this one more time. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. So right now, I think I just misread it. I also haven't been paying attention to it. So this is just your strength, that's not it. Yeah, I think, yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Good catch. Thank you for correcting me. Like I said, I'm not a persona person. Sorry, when I say a when I say I'm not a wonder persona person. I'm not that. I don't pay close enough attention to the lower level ones because I haven't used them in so long. I've only been using the higher level ones. So good catch. Thank you so much for testing that, Shadow, and letting us know. I appreciate you for that. Okay, perfect. The skill order was throwing me off. Thank you. Not a problem, Heavy. I'm glad I could help a little bit since I am big dumb sometimes. Okay, we are absolutely going for Anch because why not? We love Anch. We love Anch. That's just because I was doing dailies watching the stream fall. Thank you. Yeah. See, the biggest downfall of any gacha player is the ability to read. I don't really read all that. I don't read that often. Since I am like I got used to using. I'm so used to using where is he? If I go to my personas, I'm used to using this guy. Yeah, I'm used to using what's his name? I don't know. I can't read this. But I'm used to using this guy on my global. I mean my TW. Because gives it attack bonus as well as where is it? Is it Thief Tactics? And it also gives the increase all allies damage dealt. And then I still need to. I haven't been focusing on leveling my personas because I haven't had a need to. What's your cert bill? I also kept my cert natty. I don't think I changed anything. Because I use my cert for one reason only. Where's cert? Wait, did I even have cert? Did I even level cert on this account? Did I actually not build him? There's no way. I must have built cert. Huh? Huh? Where's my cert? Am I blind? Oh, throne. Thank you. Yeah, throne. I haven't trying to read. Oh, here we go. Oh my god, I didn't realize it was purple. I got my cert natty because all I care about is Mirakunda. All I care is when Mirakunda, and then the ailments. Yeah, all I care about is Mirakunda, and then the all of those increase of damage taken. All I care about is the Mirakunda and the Thief Tactics on him. So that's all I care about for cert. Everything else doesn't matter because I'll throw on Mirakunda and then I basically go to Dionysus. Once you guys get to level 70 and you start getting you want to get Dionysus. Because increases crit rate. This actually matters. When using a persona skill on allies, increases the main target's crit damage by 30% for 2 turns. So basically, you are looking at using Revolution, which increases the crit rate, and you also increase the crit damage. So Dionysus is really nasty. Oh, okay. Just ask because he's in global in the main. Yeah. So once we hit level 60, I'll be using, for example, I'll be using Cert for everybody on every team. Because this. Anytime I need AoE, I will be using Cert because he will be disgusting, especially for my fire team. So he decreases the foe's defense as well as increasing their damage taken. Very, very nice. Those are the things that I really enjoy. I can now complete my dailies. So that's what I mean. Super ego level up is what we start getting. So this is another form of power, another power system for. So eventually we'll get down here. We'll get another thing to level up. So right now, my next level will increase my health by another 120. Not a bad deal. I'll take that. 100%. I got another. Oh yeah, sick. And then like in the future, this is what we're going to be getting. We should be getting either a. So right now we're getting 15. So either a 10 of the summon tickets or 10 of the weapon tickets. All right, awesome. Thank you, Jet. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good rest of your day, and thank you for the happy birthday wishes. I appreciate all of you. I'm actually going to be. I'm not going to be on too much longer. I need to make dinner, and I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm probably gonna be on for like another 10 minutes, maybe. I'm gonna do a little bit of trials with Ren. But yeah, so you just increase general power level. I'm going to, and then like I said, tomorrow I'm gonna be doing the second continuing the fourth palace. All right, we go back to event, and we're gonna go down here, and we're gonna do a quick little bit over here. Where is it? All right, where we at? We'll pop this. We'll use a Ren follow-up as I can. And then we're going to use, is this one the? Yeah, I think it's this one. And we'll just pop another burn. And then we'll use Abundant World for her. And we're almost done. Oh, I'm so excited to get Chinese New Year Ren when she comes out. And she might actually come out during Chinese New Year, which I love. Love, love, love. There's so many nice things coming to this game. I'm so excited for global. It actually will experience everything on release compared to when I first started playing the game. The music changed for China. Yes, right? I love it. It's my favorite. I love it when they do that. All right, we're going to use, hopefully apply burn. Perfect. Echoing Tide. This one's going to be a little slower. And then we're going to use, this should affect everybody. Perfect. We like that. I might just do this. Oh my god, they targeted my Luful. That is messed up. No, I don't care about that. Yeah, sure, let's do that. All right. How many stacks do I have? 3. Okay, we're gonna do one more turn of this. Honestly, they'll probably die before I even get to it. Yeah, they're gonna die here anyway. They should die here, or basically they'll die during what's his nuts? Key. All right, but yeah, this is what kind of like Matoi does. Super easy to use. I'm gonna be picking her up when I get Chinese New Year run. All of them are so good. All right, where am I sitting at? All right, I'm kind of getting ready for, like, do I have any left? Oh, I almost have a temple here as well. Did they reset this? No. When does this reset? Probably next patch, I guess. All right, any quests? I do need to continue doing this. I recently purchased a Switch port of Persona 5 Royal. I got it on sale at the last minute a few days ago. Oh, hell yeah, let's go, Cyberduck. Persona 5 Royal is my since I'm still playing Persona 3 Reload, Persona 5 Royal is my favorite game, and it's because of this character right here, Kasumi. I love Kasumi. I fell in love with her when she got introduced in that game. Love her. All right, boys, I'm gonna end a little bit early today, but like I said, I'll be on a little earlier tomorrow, probably around noon my time, which is about 4 hours earlier than when I was starting. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day, wonderful night, and I hope to see you guys here tomorrow.